Hi, I'm Tyler Thompson, doing the structures list, bones and muscles for Bio201. This is my wife Hannah. She's going to be the volunteer, and just with me is the list of the bones and muscles. Starting off with the vertebrae, we face the other way and head down. And this little lump right here is going to be the 7th cervical vertebrae, otherwise known as C7. And the cervical vertebrae consists of C1 down to C7. If you want to count them, you just count going up. And right below C7 is going to be T1, which is otherwise known as a thoracic vertebrae, the first thoracic vertebrae. And there are 12 thoracic vertebrae. And right below T12, there is the lumbar vertebrae, and that starts off with L1 to L5. And then below L5 is the sacrum, and that connects with coccyx, the tailbone. And can you face forward for me? And the next, we have the diaphragm. Take a deep breath for me. The diaphragm kind of opens and closes as we breathe. And the external abdominal oblique muscle on the external side, anterior bilateral. And then we have the rectus abdominis muscles, the abs, the people that are in shape like this show off. And next we have the frontal bone, the front of the skull, head up. And then we have our hyoid. And then open your mouth for me, the mandible. And then close. And the mesenteric muscle allows that to happen. The maxilla. The nasal bone. And then the zygomatic bone is the corner of each eye to the cheek. And then can you face that way? And then we have a sternocleidoid mastoid muscle, and then face me, and then it's bilateral. And we have our sternum. And you can turn around for me. And then we have our occipital bone, the parietal bone on top of the head, the temporal bones on each side. And you shrug for me, the trapezius muscle right here. Just making sure I did not miss anything. And then can you turn around for me? And then we have the appendicular skeleton, the upper extremity. We have the biceps brachii muscle. Then on the some side of the forearm, we have the brachioradialis muscle. And that is going to lead us to the carpals. And then from the lateral portion, we have the scaphoid, the lunate, tricoquil, and the pisiform. And that's the proximal layer. And then there's a distal layer, and that consists of the trapezium, trapezoid, cavitate, and hamate. And then we have our metacarpals, which is just listed off as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that consists of the head, neck, and base. Then we have our phalanges, and that's just also listed off 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have the clavicle, the deltoid muscle, the humerus bone with the upper arm. Turn around for me. And then we have our latimus dorsi, the scapula, and the scapula is connected to the thoracic spine by the rhomboid major and the rhomboid minor. And the rhomboid minor sits just superior to the rhomboid major. And then forward for me. The pectoralis major is just the anterior chest. And then we have on our thumb side the radius, and then on our pinky side the ulna. And then posterior arm is the tricep brachii. And then the lower extremity, we have the femur, the fibula, so the lateral bone, and then the fibularis longus muscle is on the lateral portion, bilateral. Can you turn around for me? And then our calf, otherwise known as the gastrocnemius muscle, bilateral. The gluteus maximus, bilateral. The gracilis muscle, the medial thigh, bilateral. The hamstring muscle consists of the bicep femoris and the semi-tendinous and semi-membranous muscles. And then you find your iliac crest, and then just right there is the ilium, and this helps make up the pubis. You turn anterior for me. The pubis, and then just inferior to that is the ischium. And then we have the patella, the kneecap bilateral. The quadricep muscles consists of the rectus femoris, the vastus medialis, vastus intermedialis, and the vastus lateralis. And then also we have the sartorius muscle that goes from across to the medial side connecting with the tibia. And then we have our tibia, and then the tibialis anterior muscle. And then for the tarsals, our heel, we have the calcaneus. And then the top of the foot is the talus. And then we have the navicular. And then the cuboid, the lateral cuneiform, intermediate cuneiform, and medial cuneiform. And then we have our metatarsals, and that'll be listing from the medial side. Metatarsal, the first metatarsal, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And that also consists of the head, neck, and base. And then with our phalanges, the toes, we have one listed off as first phalange, second phalange, third phalange, fourth phalange, and fifth phalange. And that's all I have, and thank you.